another guy that has looked good in the early going is a wide receiver. So this is Michael Wilson, still early in Senior Bowl week. Wide receiver, making a good first impression. Now, the one thing I'll say about Wilson is his speed is not eye-popping. It's 4.5, so not bad, but not the type of guy to stretch things out. Here are the PFF college guys' thoughts on what Wilson has done.
I did not watch Michael Wilson film before this week. I didn't. Michael Wilson is the wide receiver from Stanford. It took all of 2 reps that I saw from him to be like, all right, ball player. Yep, this kid's good. The release that he had against his teammate, Kai Blue Kelly, which, all right, so maybe he knows Kelly's weaknesses a little bit, so maybe he got him. But, he just absolutely cooked him on the line of scrimmage. And then there was another rep immediately after that where he was running a comeback. And he was able to sell it so well, hit the cornerback's blind spot, get him totally turned around, and then, boom, flip his hips the opposite way, totally open towards the sideline to get that pass. And there wasn't even a contested catch for it because he had already turned the corner around. It just felt like Wilson was such a great route runner in an event that has an opportunity to really shine a light on those players who are running savants. He was one of them. And I thought that outside of maybe if you want to call Tank Dell because of what he was able to do from an athletic standpoint with route running, this guy was an artist, I feel like, in how he set corners up.
And again, Jeff, when you talk about route running, Browns have that in Amari Cooper. It might be a little bit of a duplication in skill set, but it's certainly a guy to watch for later rounds.
You like the size, you like the length. The video footage you saw there, the footwork. And I think the footwork, the part that impresses you the most is, sensing when he's got his opponent beat and then obviously planting, redirecting, and then basically leaving somebody in the dust. For a guy like Michael Wilson, and, as Trevor Skama had said from PFF, it's not a guy that many people knew of. But you get in a situation sometimes where you're at a school, and right now Michael Wilson gets down in Mobile, Alabama, and he's playing with quarterbacks. All of them are better than any quarterback he played with his time at Stanford. So it's not a question of maybe that we didn't know about Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson wasn't good. Look, Stanford obviously wasn't a good season. David Shaw's time there is over after, more than a decade. His time out in Palo Alto. Sometimes when you get players out and you get them into the All-Star games, you start to see more of them. You start to see them in a different light. You start to see them in a different breath because, they get kind of, bogged down by the team they're playing for, whether they're successful or not. But you get a guy like this, clean slate. And that's the biggest thing with a lot of guys that go to these All-Star games is, being able to understand how important it is. And you'll hear, sometimes, and it's good that you hear every now and then that a guy maybe struggles on day one, because talks that I've had with people down there, one of the things they want to hear is maybe a guy struggled. And then some coaches sit with him and say, hey, if you tweak this like this, if you do this like this. So then when they go back out on day 2, when they go back out on day 3, they want to see how fast guys can absorb coaching. Look, nobody's a finished product that's at Mobile. It's never the case. If you're a finished product, you don't go to Mobile, or you already declared for the draft early. Guys down there, they need work on their game. And one of the biggest things, again, that I've talked to people over the years, is they like to see guys be able to go in, watch their own film at the end of the night, talk with some of the coaches they're working with during the week, and make and adapt what they can do so they can be more successful in practices 2 and 3 leading up to the week has gone on. But a guy like Michael Wilson, you look at the body size, first thing you think, kind of similar body type to Donovan Peoples-Jones. And look, 6'1" wide receivers, even if it's 4 or 5, hey, not everybody runs 4.3. You can be more than successful at 4 or 5. Most important thing is run good routes, catch the ball when it's thrown to you.